without any further ado, like I mentioned earlier, here to watch the interview, the Warning interview with Women Who Rock. That is what we're about to dive into right now. And if you guys, this is going to be cut for YouTube. If you guys are just joining, thank you guys for watching this video. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. If you guys are with me on Twitch, I appreciate you all for being here and following along with me. This is so exciting because it's like I don't really watch interviews for anything. So this is going to be new for me to react to. I usually just listen to just straight up music, but I think it's important to learn people behind the band rather than just the music. Get a sense you get to know them, right?
We have just seen you totally take off. So, first of all, congratulations on all of your success. What do you think has been the most exciting part of your success so far for you?
The most exciting part, I think, has been hitting the road. Honestly, it's been amazing to get out there, play our music, and just find so many people who we connect with through that and discover so many new places. And that, for me, it's been amazing. I don't know if for you guys.
And I agree. Traveling has.
Danny, Pal, and Allie, why don't you all introduce yourselves to the Women Who Rock audience and let them know what you do in the band?
Of course. Well, together we're the Warning. I am Danny. I'm the guitar player and lead singer.
I'm Pal, and I am the drummer.
I'm Ale, and I am the bass player.
And you all are sisters, which
Yes,
is
we are. Yes, we are.
But let's go with
You know, people are sisters when they answer the exact same time. This is something my sister and I are guilty of. We talk at the same time all the time out in public. Like, thank you, you know, or like even in carrying conversation, we'll just answer the same and it freaks people out. It freaks people out, but you can tell by anyone's reaction. If they're sisters, they answer the exact same time.
way back. And I want to know what inspired each of you to pursue this career as a musician.
So we started when we were very young. We all started playing the piano. Pal started when she was like 5. Danny was 6 or 7. I don't remember. We were really young. We all started playing piano really young. And we've always been in a very musical environment. Our parents love music. They don't play any instruments, but they just love music. And we were always listening music on our home. But it wasn't until our parents got us a video game, The Rock Band, and we loved playing that. Well, I was still very young, but I loved watching my sisters play all the time. Decided that she wanted to play the guitar because she always grabbed the guitar on The Rock Band, and Pal was the same with the drums. And eventually I picked up the bass, but I feel like that's where it all started. You know, the inspiration that we saw from this video game, that's where we started. And then we started covering our favorite bands and songs, and here we are now writing our own music. So
And playing.
And people say video games are not, they're for lazy people and they don't do any good for us. Look at this. This wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? Video games are really just, it is not just a game. It is really not. And to see that this happened from like Rock Band is crazy. It's crazy because like, you know, like I said, guys, I'm literal expert level on Guitar Hero. It's like one of my proud badges. And yet nothing musical came from that. So not everyone has it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Playing real instruments, writing your songs, singing, what we need way more of. Let's chat about when you're in the studio and you're writing together and you're figuring out parts and arrangements. How does the dynamic work between all of you, especially because you're sisters?
Yeah, well, usually Pao starts creatively and we just all get in a room together and we really have a different process for each song, I think, and each album has been different in like the eras of our band. Right now, we are this album in particular, because we have a new album coming up called Keep Me Fed. This album in particular, the process was very, very different, but we work very well together in the studio. I don't know if you want to...
Yeah, I feel like in this process, the new thing is that we were co-writing with other people. So we were in a room with people we had never met before, and we were doing this like every day. We had a new couple of people there that we had never met before. So I feel like it really strengthened our bond as not only sisters, but like songwriters. Like we had to be on the same page. We had to be a united front as a band. So I feel like it has increased our communication skills, definitely.
So the new album, it drops on June 28th. What can all of your fans expect from this album?
Wow, okay, so definitely a new era of The Warning. We worked on this so hard last year, but it was like in between tours, there was a lot of chaotic energy going around. But like any other The Warning album, it's full of our honest music, of all of our emotions and all of our passion.
Overall, it's just a very fun album.
Mhm.
We try to write really fun songs. This time we're usually like more of a, like we write more serious music, and then this album we really just wanted to have fun in a lot of songs. So it is overall a fun and energetic album.
We can't wait. We'll be sure to share it on Women Who Rock. And speaking of Women Who Rock, it's Women's History Month, and you are three very strong forces in the world of rock. I want to know, who are some women in the music industry who have influenced you throughout your career?
Oh my God, there's a lot. And you know, I have to mention her because Lizzie Hale was, I mean, is all the time such a big inspiration. And she's the one who got us on tour for our first tour. Well, the first tour that we did with more people in the United States.
Yeah, Lizzie Hale, this doesn't shock me. Like, I mean, it's like her voice alone, it's like super crazy. Just, and the fact that I listen to, you know what I mean? Like, I listen at least, I want to say, like, what's my favorite song? Well, first of all, I can't even decide. But my point is like, I can't even decide right now, like, what my favorite freaking song is. But what I really like about Lizzie Hale too is like, not only does she have her own band, but when she did her song, was it Shatter Me with Lindsey Sterling, I thought that was like epic song. It's just so great. And I hope, like, it's just like she is so well paired with anybody from any genre she works really well with, and to bring them along with her and help them. And because I always have made the comparison in the first video, I believe that The Warning, right, that song, it sounded had Lizzie Hale influence, and then to see this happen is just awesome. It's just awesome.
And it was an all women led tour. We were out with Hailstorm, The Pretty Reckless, Lilith Tsar, and ourselves. It was such an insane experience.
Oh, I bet.
We learned so much, and they all really took us on their wing. Honestly, it was so fortunate for us to live that experience, and we're so grateful to everyone in that team. One of the biggest things that happened on that tour was that Lizzie gifted me a guitar mid-set, and that has been and is an experience that I will never forget. It was so insanely beautiful of her to feel that support. You know, I think that's the most important thing, when we women support women, and I felt so supported, and I just love her really, really, really much.
I need to know, what type of guitar did she gift you?
Oh, it's a Gibson Explorer. It's a white Gibson Explorer. It's amazing.
Is that a good guitar? You guys let me know. I don't know anything about guitars, but I know Gibson's like a big brand. But like, that's a good one, I'm assuming. I have no clue because I am not musically in tune, but y'all let me know if it is.
And I played it right away, like, and that said, I had never played one before, so it was also really exciting to get to know the guitar. But oh my God, amazing.
Are you taking that guitar with you on tour?
Yes, I took it all over the place last year, and if I have the chance, I will again, because I have a lot of guitars and a little bit of space to travel. But yes.
Awesome. I love it. I love Lizzie. We've actually interviewed her, and I think she's just such a great role model for women in the music industry. And especially, you know, like you said, women supporting women. Sometimes as women in the industry, it's hard to find other supportive role models and people to learn from and take advice from. And I think she's a great person. So it's so cool that you got to go on tour with her and have that special moment. How about the rest of you? Tell us who inspire you.
I would say
She's totally right, by the way, about like women in the supporting, because I feel like, remember the whole Katy Perry and Taylor Swift thing with someone, I don't remember because I'm not invested in any of these people, but like one of them tried to take someone else's backup dancer or something like that, and then drama ensued. So to see Lizzie be so like, you know, sharing of like the stage and not be threatened or jealous, like what typical, you know, what we've seen in the past in the industry. It's really nice to see something completely different, and to be so warm and welcome. It's a change. It's a change of pace to see that, because you really don't see that very often. It's very catty. It's very, look at my numbers are better than your numbers. And to not have that here, it's like this camaraderie. It's awesome. All right. Okay. I think I figured out my favorite Hailstorm song. I think it's going to be Black Vultures. You guys let me know. I want to say Black Vultures is probably my favorite song by them. Let me know what your guys' is. I absolutely, and people were crapping on that album, but it was like one of my favorites. Anyways, it's got to be Black Vultures.
The first band we ever toured with was an Argentinian band called Eruca Sativa. And it's made of 2 women and the drummer, which is a man. But it was our first time touring with women, and they're such amazing people and musicians. And I feel like we were really young when we toured with them, when we first met them. It was our first tour, and we were really young. And they're just so inspiring. They're such amazing people, and they're such amazing musicians. I feel like it's the band I look up to, like, almost the most when touring. It was really nice to tour for the first time with women.
Great story. How about you?
I'm gonna sound a little bit cheesy, but my sisters, definitely. We started out doing this when we were really, really young. So we got the rock band, and we always, we did hear women in rock since the very beginning. So I never thought that we were like one of the few bands, especially like in our country when we started playing in these festivals or whatever, we would be the only ones there. But I never thought, like, inside my head, this boundary didn't exist, because I had always been in an environment where that was not a notion that we lived with. When we started like realizing that this was the way the world was, it was just very motivating for me to see, like, well, I'm not doing this by myself. I have 2 other girls. At that point, we were girls. We were tiny, that are putting in the same amount of work as I am, and who are thriving along with me. So that motivates me to keep doing the same thing, and it's very inspiring to grow together.
So how old were you?
That's an awesome answer. That's exactly how I think I'd answer that. And I think that was such a wholesome answer right there. Love it. Because truth is, you have to push yourself to do the best, or you're letting your family down. And obviously these 3 very close. You don't want to let the people you love down. And that really resonates with me right there. That is awesome. Very poised in how they speak, and you don't see that. You don't see that. I'm sorry, but like, I don't know if anyone has seen it. I'm going to mention this. I wasn't going to, but like, I don't know, this whole JoJo Siwa situation, right? After her cringe song, right? That was stolen. But, by the way, not her song, FYI. She just had the rights to it. Anyways, with JoJo, like, when she talks, she just boasts. She just tells herself, like, I'm changing the industry. I'm the one that's making change. It's like all about me, me, me. And just, you don't see any of that here. Very humble, and just very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? And their answers are very poised. I think I mentioned that. Well, I really don't remember if I have or not. Very poised, but just very sophisticated. That's the word I'm looking for. Very sophisticated in their answers and how they present themselves. Classy, just, and relatable. Things that, right, they just don't think that they're better than the rest of us. Like, if you guys just watch, like, people in the industry that just really think that they're the hottest shit on the planet, you just don't get that here. And this is why I can see why they have so many fans. It makes a lot of sense.
When you first started recording music together?
Oh,
Recording?
that was 10 years ago.
That was 10 years ago.
So I was 12.
I was 9.
Wow.
Well, it was like 14.
And you've grown so quickly. I mean, I know looking back, of course, you've all put the work in for the past 10 years, right? Nobody becomes an overnight success. And I wish more musicians would really internalize that and know the hard work, the years that it takes, right? To be crafting those songs and practicing and recording and finding your sound. That takes a long time, but you definitely have just blown up. So what do you think the key to your success has been?
I feel like it's a mixture between luck, a lot of luck, and discipline. When you have the discipline to be working all the time when you don't have those opportunities. So when those opportunities arrive, that it is sometimes just like the stars aligned.
Yeah.
And this opportunity landed on the table. And you have all the work that you've put behind it to take that opportunity and really just like maximize the fruits of your labor. And it's about also gratitude is really important in these moments when you realize, because it's very easy to say like, oh, we did all the hard work and that's why we're here. But there has been so much work from so many people let us be where we are right now. It is only when you have good, solid teamwork, not only with your band, but with your crew, that you can really thrive.
What great, great, great advice. And I also want to know, for all of the young women watching this that just picked up her first guitar or bass or drumsticks, just wrote her first song, what advice would you all have for her, putting yourself 10 years back in those same shoes?
When we first started, we really had, this passion for what we do. And sometimes it's so hard to learn something new, especially when, your brain and your body have to get used to, functioning like you want to get the results that you want. So it becomes a lot of hard work to, play what you want to play and sound like you want to sound. But I feel like it's very important to never lose sight of why you started in the beginning, the passion that you have for it. And sometimes even when you're having a hard time, to stop for a second, play something that you love, have fun, and then go back to, the hard work, but never lose that it's so fun.
Yeah.
Because it is.
What about some of the challenges and I'm sure you've heard the word no, right? When you're just starting off, how do you get past that and not take it personally? Because, being a musician, you're going to hear no so many times, but then you start hearing yes. And sometimes it just takes that one yes to unlock an opportunity to progress your career and get to that next level. So how did you deal with, maybe people that just weren't getting it, or maybe said, hey, this isn't for me? How did you keep going?
Perseverance is a virtue that you have to develop, especially in this industry. But more than anything, you need to have your goals very set in mind, and it is not personal. It will never be, unless it's a personal attack. Obviously,
Right.
Not everyone is gonna like what you do. Not everyone.
Glad she's mentioning this. This is so accurate. I feel like when people hear the word no, it ends them. And it's just because somebody has said no, and this is like anything in life, does not mean that just because they say no, it's one person in a world of billions of people. Don't let that one get you down, because there's other people that are going to say yes or are going to like you. Not everyone in this world is going to like you, and not everyone in this world is going to hate you. I mean, it's just how it goes, and it isn't personal, right? Especially in this is a business. But just because somebody says no, it doesn't take away from your talent, what you bring to the table, and who you are. It just means is really not relating to that, and that's okay. We can all be different, have different opinions, because it doesn't dictate who you are. What others think doesn't dictate who you are. And I'm glad that they've mentioned this, that they didn't take it personal, and that they're saying she said not everyone's gonna like what you do. Perfect answer for that. Perfect, because it's absolutely true. It's just so good.
Everyone is gonna support what you do. It's about finding the people that do and focusing on that.
Right.
Because you're also going to hear no from your bandmates and from the people inside your own team. It is not personal. Everyone, well, at least in your core team, everyone cares about the growth of your project and your music and your voice. So it is about taking a step back and kind of observing, taking it in, and just having your priorities straight. Because sometimes that no is you don't agree with it, and you find another way to do something. It's not always I'm wrong. No. But it's just about observing the situations and really calculating what you want to do.
And I feel like when a no comes in or a yes comes in, there's a reason for it. So maybe trying to understand the workings behind it and trying to work around it is also very
adaptability.
Kind of along that same line.
100% agree. 100% agree. You don't know why someone said no one should focus on the no's, because it will open doors for somebody else to come in and say, especially in their case, right? That's how it seemed from my understanding how it worked out. And it's just, you can't let that get you down in life, because there's a multitude of reasons why somebody may not like you or may not like what you do, but that doesn't give their opinion any merit. It's just their opinion. It doesn't change anything about yourself and your talents or whatever have you. But it's just perfectly answered. And they didn't even give a second thought that. It just came out. That was their first thing came out. And look how well produced of an answer that was. You know what I mean? More people need to think like that and have the confidence in yourself. And And if you have the confidence in yourself, it projects out there onto others. And it's really motivating, really inspirational.
Can you share with us, have you faced any challenges being strong women in the genre of rock music?
I mean, yes. Of course we have, especially we started out when we were really young. Apart from being women, we were kids.
Right.
So it was really hard for us to get people to take us seriously. And it was very strange for us because the way that we started, we went viral. So now we had this, like, we constantly had to prove ourselves to everybody that, okay, we do deserve to be here. And it's not only like back then, constantly we have to do this now. I feel like with women, so many other like work areas as well, we just have to overperform. We have to cover so many other areas for us to be considered to do the bare minimum. But I feel like that's kind of a superpower as well, because you become an expert on these like little niche things that people don't expect you to know, and you can really use that to your advantage. And sometimes people's expectations are literally like on the floor. They expect nothing from you. So you step on that stage and people already have like this predetermined notion of what you're gonna be, and then you step on that stage and you're not that, and it has a higher impact. It does. You kind of have to use that to your advantage. It's kind of sad.
It is sad.
I'm not saying it's cool.
But it's also, it's nice to see that change in perspective, and it's nice that we see, like, we can sometimes see it when we change people's minds, and we're like, music is for everyone. Doesn't matter who's playing it. If it's good and if you like it, then that's it. That's all.
That's right. It's the
I think it's better that way, right? You come in, everyone thinks you're trash or whatnot, and then you see their face light up and you see that what their previous idea was of them, and then to see it change, it's like the biggest F you to them, right? I mean, of course, they probably don't think that, but if that was me up there and somebody thought the lowest and lowest of me, right? You can't go any lower. You just go out there and to see their face change and be like, yep, that's on you guys. That's why you should never judge anybody ever, because you never know. Someone might surprise you. You never go into judgment because you never know what could come out of that. And it's good to see that they see that change of expression. It's honestly, that's awesome to see, because, yeah, it's a crappy feeling to think like, oh, they think less, but then to see their face change and then they become fans. I mean, hey, life is all about proving others wrong, right? I guess. I mean, that's kind of what I took from it. Just like, listen to how they answer everything. It's just crazy. It's just on the nose.
Universal language that connects all of us together. We talked a little bit about the new album, which we're really excited about. What else do you have cooking that you can share with us?
Well, we're going on tour. We are headlining our first ever tour in Europe. Yes, we're going to be
huge.
Visiting places all over the world. We're super, super excited to hit the road with this new music, and lots of rehearsals.
Sure.
We have also a list of US festivals that we're going to be playing.
Yeah.
I think we're playing Louder Than Life.
Great.
Aftershock.
Wow.
That's huge.
Probably, sometimes we're not very in the loop of these things, but probably we're going to have a US run like around these festivals as well. And we're just very excited to launch this new album and start promoting it and touring with it and sharing this new era of our music with people in person.
We can't wait. So where can everybody follow you? And how are you the first to know all of the tour dates and the album release? Like, do you have a fan club or a mailing list?
Yeah, you can follow us. We're the Warning Rock Band everywhere on all social media, but we do have a Patreon page where you can get information before everyone else and a lot of cool rewards.
Pre-sale links, stuff like that. So if you want to like really be on top of everything, Patreon is the place.
Women Who Rockers,
Okay.
you definitely want to be on top of all of the news and first to know. So go check out that page. Is there anything else that you want to share with us today?
Well, more than anything, thank you for listening. And thank you for your time. You guys rock. And we'll see you on the road.
Yeah.
Well, again, congratulations. I think the three of you have such an amazing future ahead of you. You all have so much wisdom and you're so grounded, and I can tell your work ethic is there. So don't lose sight of that. And please, any way that we can ever help, please let us know over here at Women Who Rock. And I can't wait for the new album.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Likewise,
Great.
we're here for anything you need.
Awesome. Okay, ladies, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right. I totally agree with everything that the interviewer was saying, just completely, like I said, humble, wise. I mean, they answered everything. Just, it was just great because, you know, anytime someone has to think about something, I don't know, it's just they came in well prepared because it came so natural. That's the point I'm trying to make. If you have to think about what you say, like a lot of people in these interviews, like people in bands, any artist or whatnot, they have to think about something because they're composing something in their brain last minute. To me, it seems a bit artificial, because when she asked, they answered. And anytime you want to answer any question quickly and effectively, it comes from the heart. If you have to think about your next move, maybe it's not, and obviously this doesn't apply to like every question, but I mean like those personal questions she's asked, listen to how natural and authentic it was, just answered right away. If you have to think about that, to me, it seems a bit artificial. So to see that, it's really awesome to see that that was not the case here, because everything is authentic, so genuine. I'm really blown away by this, to be honest. You're not supposed to be, I mean, everyone has to have like wild years and make bad decisions, you know, but it's like they already came out the womb wise or something. You know what I mean? Really awesome. I think they're great role models for sure, for everybody out there. And this is exciting. This was actually fun to watch. I got an insight more on their personal side. I got to understand a bit more. So I look forward to reacting to more interviews. I'm going to bring my sister along for the Mario Kart, because we have stories about games and how we thought about it. So I want to see a different side, more sisterly side. But look, I mean, this is just awesome. This was wholesome. I loved it. Let me know what you guys think. And on the album, is that June of this year, right? That's exciting. It's going to come out in June. We obviously should have like a listening party to that. Right, guys? Like, right. But yeah, I think it's going to do it over here on this end. So, okay. I want to see what the next thing I would look for. I think Mario Kart is for sure the next. So keep you guys, your eyes peeled for that. And that's going to wrap up for this episode here at Unfiltered Brew. And for this reaction, I appreciate all of y'all being here with me today. Y'all take care. And as always, I will see you on the next one.